Good evening, everyone. My name is Amber Odom, and I am a second-year MSW student. My discussion post will be regarding what causes depression. So depression is defined as a mood disorder characterized by low mood, aversion, or loss of interest in activities that were once pleasurable, or anhedonia, changes in appetite, whether there was weight loss or weight gain, sleeping issues, for example, sleeping too much or not getting enough, waking up throughout the night, increased fatigue or low energy. For example, maybe it's hard to get up and start your day, or even doing basic things like taking a shower, making food for yourself, things like that. Difficulty with decision-making and concentration, and the preoccupation with death or suicide. Now, the causes of depression are multifaceted and include a variety of dimensions. I will explain what some of those main causes are. There are biochemistry imbalances that can cause depression, such as low amounts of serotonin in one's brain or high levels of cortisol in the endocrine system, which includes the hypothalamus in the brain, the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland in the throat, adrenal glands, the pancreas, and the ovaries in females and the testes in males. As stated in Dr. Kresge's lecture from week 2, the hypothalamus is responsible for many basic functions for our bodies, and the hypothalamus sends signals to the pituitary gland, and it gets passed down to the adrenal glands and secretes hormones related to the stress response. So if someone has higher levels of cortisol, it may be more difficult to sort out some of these signals to the body. Other factors include genetics. If depression has been apparent in your family, you may be more susceptible to developing depression as well. There are also personality factors such as low self-esteem, being overwhelmed by stress. Those can also be risk factors as well. There are psychological theories, including cognitive biases, as mentioned in Dr. Kresge's lecture, that discuss how a person's view of the world can be related to risk for depression. There are cognitive theories such as Beck's cognitive theory of depression. The idea behind this theory is that if someone has a negative view of themselves, the world in the future, then they can be at risk for being depressed. There are social factors, include having a lack of a support system, prolonged feelings of loneliness, which can make someone feel more depressed. There are also environmental factors like violence, abuse, neglect, poverty, and other traumatic events, such as natural disasters, that can make someone more vulnerable to depression. There is no one main cause for depression, but rather a panel of factors that can contribute to depression. And all of those must be considered prior to treatment. Even if you compare two individuals with depression, their treatments may require different approaches, including different medications, doses, amount of time on the medication, and varying therapeutic approaches. It is important to note that despite how complicated explaining the causes of depression are, it is treatable with an individualized combination of medications and interventions such as cognitive behavioral therapy, and including a medication such as an SSRI. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that my discussion was informative. Thank you.